So, when I was looking at Wing Commander Armada, looking in my old install directory and the GOG version, because the actual manual is because the actual manual is like Win32 app, I can't read it, so I can't really show the manual. Like, I have my CD, but also, weird thing with the DOSBox version, for some reason, the non-music in the DOSBox version sound, like the thruster sound and stuff, were extremely loud. So I cranked them down to 10%, which makes them a little on the quiet side, but not like blasting my ears out loud. It wasn't like that on my original hardware that I ran this on, so I assume that's some DOSBox sound emulation issue. Anyway, Wing Commander Armada. I'm also playing this with keyboard, not joystick, because I can get around setting my joystick up for it. So Wing Commander Armada is kind of an odd duck, like most of the Wing Commanders that don't have a number in them. This one is kind of was made a lot for multiplayer. It has a turn-based strategy sort of element, sort of system to it in the Armada and campaign modes, which is what apparently I took too long and decided I wanted to see the intro. And it has a 15-mission Gauntlet Mode that doesn't really have a story, but it's 15 missions that you can play either Terran or Kilrathi, but different 15 missions. So it is a lot of more flyable Kilrathi ships than about any other Wing Commander game. I think Academy has some, but this one has more. Okay, I should just start what I'm going to do, though, is first, at least, is the Armada Mode. The campaign mode is similar to the Armada Mode. It's just a longer series of missions. Or longer, it's just a series of Armada Mode, and preset Armada Mode maps. I'm going to do Kilrathi this time, just to change it up from our other streams where we're pretty much always doing confed, because that's all we can do. I'm going to go small sector, and I'm going to do Novice Difficulty, because for the most part, the higher difficulties just make the AI cheat, so I'm not going to do that. They give them a bunch of starting ships. On the highest difficulty, make them psychic, so they can just see everything, and know where all of your stuff is all the time. Okay, so we have our carrier. We have a starting world that has a shipyard on it and a mine. So it produces resources. You can spend those on new ships. You can also spend them on building new mines and stuff. I'm gonna undock one of these Dralthi and send this away. And I'm gonna move my carrier this away. And the mines can be set to normal or strip mine, which strip mine gives you twice as many resources but depletes the remaining resources on the planet 4 times as fast. Also gonna build one more scout. The goal is to find your opponent's carrier who is doing all the same things you're doing. I will hide it. Thank you. This is a Wing Commander strategy game. It is not quite fully baked strategy game. There's a lot of things that would make it a lot nicer to play, like being able to order a move more than one sector at a time per turn, and have it like automatically finish the move and stuff. And a lot more keyboard shortcuts would be nice. So turn 2. Yeah. Oh, this planet has a ton of resources, so I'm gonna definitely build a mine here. This planet down here has quite a few. Move that Dralthi down there, and move my carrier. This 2. We're still far enough away from. Yeah, move the carrier down here and undock my Dralthi and move it down here. The confed carrier wouldn't be able to get anything here fast enough to attack me. And you like Wing Commander 2 and Wing Commander Prophecy carriers have phase shields, so only things with torpedoes can damage them, so you've got to build one of the 2 heaviest fighters to actually destroy a carrier. Otherwise, your fighters will just retreat from carriers after all the other fighters are gone. Adralfi was created as Crawl. And let's build a mine here. I'm going to set a couple of these to strip mine for briefly, just to get some more resources going on here. So I'm going to need to build more stuff. I'm also going to build a transport, which is not a fighter, of course, but it lets you move resources from planet to planet. This is a terrible planet. It only has 28 resources on it, so it is definitely not worth building a mine on there. The other thing you can build with is a fortress, which is really just like 3. If something attacks there, you get 3 free fighters to defend it with. And fortresses can be upgraded light, medium, heavy, and it gives you 3 light fighters, 3 medium fighters, 3 heavy fighters. I wonder if this is a dead end down here, or if this actually is a big loop. I'll have to defend 2 entry points. This planet has a lot of resources, but my carrier is empty, so I'm going to move it back up here to get some resources. This one's resources are getting spent on the shipbuilding for the most part, so it's not getting to do much. Begin! Move resources, we will fill up our carrier. Need 10 to build a mine, so we can go build that down there. This here has almost no resources either. Drowthy up. I might need another Drowthy just to be able to see all the ways into my 97 resources is kind of crappy. Might not wind up building anything down in this area unless it leads to the confed space. Okay, we got our transport. Now I'm going to set this to build a medium fighter. A Drothek. There's also the Choklar that has a cloaking device. The Droths, which, in addition to letting you cloak in combat, the Choklar also don't show up on the map. Normally, you see any enemy ships that are one jump away from your ships on the map, but not the Choklar. It's invisible. Yeah, I'm going to build a Drothek because it's the more powerful of the medium fighters. And I'm going to stop with the strip mining and just go back to normal before that gets totally depleted. And same with these other planets here. Move this Drowthy up here and take a look at that system. Now, Confed have no cloaked fighters, so I don't have to worry about them so much sneaking past my frontline scouts to get to my carrier or these undefended mines and stuff, because any fighter can destroy a mine or a shipyard just by arriving at the planet and defeating any defenders. Buy a mine here. Now the transport, I'm just going to swing through here and bring resources either back to the shipyard if I want to build something quicker and heavier, or build something heavier more quickly, or over to the carrier to build more infrastructure over here. Everything, did I order everything to move? Not this thing. They go to the left side of the world when it's move time. That one's not bad, 204 resources. Begin! Also, hello, Goober Slot. Okay, here's an enemy fighter, or a pair of enemy fighters, 2 arrows. So I guess the Confed carrier is down, probably down here somewhere, unless there's a really long loop this way that they went straight down, which seems unlikely. But not impossible. Okay, Yes, I might want to bring my carrier down this way to try and fortify this system, or at least get a mine in the shipyard there. It is kind of awkwardly far from everything else that I know about, though. This planet kind of is terrible. This planet really has a great amount of resources. Let's at least plop a mine down here and strip mine it for a while, because there's just a ton of resources there. Where did I have this one going again? There. Move this one up there. And let's transport, we're going to move up here. My draw effect should be, yeah, it's done now. In theory, those get built in 2 turns, but there has to be enough resources for that to happen. And since I'm not strip mining, they're not coming in as fast. Fashion show. Alright. So we today have one of my Wing Commander shirts. I haven't been wearing it because it is hot here and I'm getting sweaty, but I also have a Wing Commander hat. Right here. BCS William Ison, a Vesuvius class carrier. I have played all of the Wing Commander games. There are probably some total conversions that I haven't played, but I've probably played most of those too. The only Wing Commander game that I haven't really played any significant amount of would be Wing Commander Academy, which is just kind of like a build your own mission sort of thing and doesn't have a whole lot to it. I've played a few of them on stream so far, Wing Commander 2, Wing Commander Privateer, and maybe that's all I played on stream so far. Let's go back to the Wing Commander screen. Oh, right, I don't think I actually showed my shirt, did I? It's also a TCS Ison's shirt from the Wing Commander CIC website. My Privateer playthrough was kind of non-standard, since I played through Privateer and Righteous Fire with only the Tarsus and doing no initial grinding missions. just straight through plot missions and taking and any missions that would go where the plot missions go. My favorite is probably Wing Commander Privateer, but Wing Commander 2 is also way up there for me. There aren't really any that I don't like. Wing Commander Armada is probably one of my least favorite. Mr. Alfie might wind up in a fight with those 2 arrows if they decide to come up here, which is likely. At least likely to happen. Draw effect. Let's move. There could also be nice if there was like a shortcut to just take all instead of having to press and hold the mouse and stuff like that there. A lot of convenient things. I'm going to dump all of these resources over here. Buy that and set it to strip mine for a while. So I don't intend for this to take a whole ton of time. Pretty soon, I think we're going to have a space battle. I need more resources up there too. Yeah, so I'll have him sit here for a turn. He'll get enough resources to build another mine up here. Yep, 3 is good. Except like about all of them. I'm holding out hope that AI upscaled. Someone will figure out some way of overlaying the AI upscaled Wing Commander 3 videos into the actual game. So I probably won't stream that for a while, just in case someone does figure that out. Yep, 1 Virality versus 2 arrows, which might not be too bad. I don't know. One thing about Wing Commander Armada is the fighters are faster, probably because this game was built for a lot of multiplayer. The fighters are quite a bit faster than they are typically in Wing Commander games. Like the Dralpi's top speed is 745, and the Arrow's top speed is 795, which is certainly higher numbers than you usually see in Wing Commander games. And Afterburner is like 2800 or something ridiculous. One of the downsides to dogfighting in this thing, however, is that it is very, very difficult to have enough firepower to kill anything heavier than a Drawlpy or an arrow with a Drawlpy or an arrow. The shields recharge fairly quickly. You just don't have a lot of them, and you only have dumbfire missiles, and things that's fast are tough to hit with dumbfires. Now the Kilrathi will sometimes just do a head-on and try to ram you with if you're flying an arrow against a Drawlpy, and then you can just you know, if you recognize you're doing it, just shoot a dumbfire in their face and have done with it. I'd also like to note that the music quality is not as good as it is on original hardware, because I'm playing on DOSBox right now, but the music definitely sounded better on my old like Pentium 133 that I mostly played this on. But I don't have that anymore, and I certainly don't have a way to stream from it, so... This game was a pain in the butt to make a boot disc for that would actually let to get sound effects, music, speech, and mouse all working at once without having to install the whole thing to disk. And also have to load... Oh, I guess he rammed me. I should have been ready with my paw dumbfire. And also having to load CD-ROM drivers. That was a lot of stuff struggling to fit in the, like, 80K of conventional memory that you had to spare in order for this thing to still run. Well, I killed those two, so what's up? Looks like they're sending another arrow this way. I'm just going to sit here and guard that nav point so they can't try to get around me. And move this Drothek down. And then dump our resources off here to get our shipyard building as fast as possible. I'm going to build one more Drothek, I think, and then switch over to building something heavy so I can go try to take on the carrier. This game does have Wing Commander 2-ish style shield attack runs, but usually you don't do them because if you kill all of the carrier's defenders, it just assumes, and have something available with torpedoes, it just assumes that you can do it and auto-kills the carrier for you, which is kind of disappointing. But also the carrier runs in this are also kind of random and hard to actually succeed, if I remember right. I haven't done one in a long time. Like I said, they're kind of rare because usually carriers just die automatically, so don't have to worry about it. On. Yeah, I probably shouldn't turn down the effect audio quite as much because you can't hear the taunts. The taunts are quite a bit quieter than the main sound effects, which is the same way it was in the original. Huh, I actually lost a lot of shields. Also, despite the fact that the fighters are all like jumping off on their own away from a carrier, you get all of your missiles and armor back between fights, even if it's two fights in the same turn, because you can actually have combat between jump points if two groups of fighters move towards each other at the same time, and then the winners can encounter another fighter at the other end. Okay. Turn 9, Kilrathi. Got another Drothek, so we can now build either a Corlar for torpedoes or a Goran. The problem I have with the Corlar, like I like the Gladius, which is its counterpart, but the Corlar guns are extremely short range. I think it has a better missile loadout, but it's very difficult to hit anything small and fast with the Corlar's flux cannons. And if you wind up with in a fight with an arrow, you can just have a fight that lasts forever because its guns can't do anything to you, and you can't get in range to shoot it. So that can make fights with it just a pain and dumb. Okay, so this is a dead end over here, which is kind of what I was expecting after I saw that confed fighter in the other corner. Also, it'd be real nice if I could use something to just scroll the map around other than the mini-map. Like, I can't click and drag on the map. I can't use arrow keys. I can't use number pads. Ooh, spicy bowl of noodles. Probably tasty though, right? Painful but tasty. Anyway, let's move our carrier back that way, and in case my initial Goran doesn't do the trick, it'll take a while to build. Yeah, if my initial Goran doesn't do the trick, I'll build another shipyard down here, closer to the battle, because it takes a long time to get ships where you need them, while you can still taste them. Yeah, once I asked for something fairly spicy, but the waiter at the, I think it was a Korean place, misunderstood me and thought I said very spicy, and yeah, I only had my taste buds for about a quarter of that, and by halfway I was sweating so much that I kind of had to stop eating. Yeah, Korean food. I like Korean food. I used to live right across the street from a really good Korean restaurant. That was pretty nice. I miss all their like good appetizers and stuff. Pew 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 pew. Oops. Oh, I took a knock to my armor. His is almost gone. There we go. Yeah, this is the first of the Wing Commander games where all the ships are 3D polygonal 3D texture mapped ships. This is the one right before Wing Commander 3. So it was kind of partly an experiment in that, an experiment in multiplayer. That's also why a lot of the ships in here are in common with Wing Commander 3, like arrows. Those didn't show up in any previous Wing Commander games. Or I guess not a lot of ships, because really maybe it's only the arrow and the Dralthi. I don't remember if any of the other ones. Yeah, I don't think any of the other Kilrathi ships at least are in there, and I don't think any of the Confed ones are either, except for the arrow. But still, that's at least one ship in common, and Dralthi is in every Wing Commander game that I can think of. So, although they look very different in different ones, and they're, it's like the Dralthi Mark II and the Dralthi Mark VII. Oh, the big gem came up. I wasn't looking. So yeah, was that I believe that was the Moose hat, which is going to be even hotter probably than my Wing Commander hat. Whee! So we got the Moose hat. If hopefully the AI upscaler doesn't, or the AI background removal, it wants to get rid of the antlers, but oh well. So yeah, thank you for unlocking that. I'll at least wear this for a while, but wear it until I get absolutely too hot to stand it, and then I'll stop. Alright, I already picked those up. No, this was just a gift from Rayburst, actually, to wear on my stream. I just was gonna unlock it based on total spending of channel points is what counts towards that crystal meter down there. Yeah, I live kind of close to Canada now. I'm in Washington State, and I have ancestors from Canada, but not actually not very Canadian myself. All right, you're staying put to block ships coming that way, and the guy told everything to move. Yep, the AI just will keep dribbling arrows at me one at a time, at least until it manages to build something bigger. As I can get more fighters down there, I can do something about that. But Oh yeah, this also, I believe, has a, you know, invisible cockpit mode. All the different views that you'd expect. There's a chase camera, it's kind of cool. Also has I forgot about this camera. It has a missile camera that I don't even know if that works with the dumbfires though. Boop 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 boo. Okay. Actually not gonna, let me see. Planet has a good stockpile. I'm not gonna dump more resources on it. I'm gonna go try to catch the carrier as I bring it down here. Transfer all the resources to that so it can go build stuff down towards our enemies. Alright, there's this guy. Let's move him. I do have F keys as shortcuts for these 8 buttons, but that's about it. I am not currently playing with a joystick. I do usually play my Wing Commander games with a joystick, with my CH Pro throttle and fighter stick and pedals. But I didn't set it up for this one. This one also doesn't have mouse support, interestingly enough, for spaceflight, which is weird because the earlier Wing Commanders games do, and the later Wing Commanders games do, and this one uses the mouse for its mainline UI, but not for flight. So it's weird. I don't know why it's like that. Seems, you know, like if there was a Wing Commander that would have mouse support for spaceflight, you would think it'd be this one. It's all the ones except this one. At least I would think that. Oh, hydrate. That's a good idea because it's really, really hot in here. And I'm wearing a moose hat. Let's get everything moving down. You know, it's really tempting to just like not move some of these so that I can group them together so I don't have to click as many things per turn, but then I'll have things getting there later. Anyway. This thing should be about... Oh, it is done. Oh no, that's the transport. This thing should be done pretty suddenly here. Ooh, this time I'm up against a Phantom. That is probably trouble. I also keep forgetting... I don't know that it's released unfinished. I just, you know, don't think it had quite the budget to pull Wing Commander game. It's kind of experimental. Yeah, this is the second lightest fighter, but it's still quite a bit heavier than an Arrow. It's, you know, mass drivers and drivers and some cannons. And I think it has some speed seekers or something. Oh, that was a waste of dumbfire. That was also wasted. He used a chaff pod on my dumbfire. That's silly. Guess they don't know that Adralpes don't have seeker missiles. Well, I've cracked his front shields. That was a follow? Yes, thank you for the follow, Goober's Lot, or Goober's Slot, or Goober's Lot? I don't know. Kaboom! But I'm sure the CIC has more information about its development, but I think it was mostly just didn't quite... Goober or Goob? Okay, Goober? Or Goob? I'll try to remember to do one or the other of those. I just suspect it just was a little under budgeted for the amount of stuff they wanted to try to do. Like, I'm sure they wanted the AI and things to be better as well. But probably a lot of the development budget went to the multiplayer. It also has split screen, which I actually have done before. A fair amount. You can do split screen versus and split screen co-op for at least some of the different modes. I don't know that I necessarily remember all of them, but actually, I just dumped everything off this transport. So let's move the transport back this way. Let's dock our Geralfi here. And move our Goran up as well. I'll just dock those into the carrier and have those all group up together. We move all of our medium fighters up ahead just to see what we're gonna get up to here. That's just an arrow, so that's not gonna be a big problem. Get to fly a Drothek. Different cockpit, because every ship has a unique cockpit. We got photon cannons, flux cannons, and let's see, Imrex, Claw, image recognition missiles, Fury, I think, friend or foe missiles. It's a little hard to read the font there. And a chat pod. Okay, right, my radar is up at the top now. What this thing really has that's nice is it has a very tight grouping of its guns. So if you hit something, you're hitting it with a lot of guns at once. And those photon cannons, I think in particular, are really tight and also long range. Kind of energy hungry, but... Oh yeah, the flux cannon, that's short range. I think I usually actually leave that off unless I'm attacking something slower than me that I can get behind and smash. But I haven't played this game in years, so I don't know that I remember all the things I used to do. Alright, dock these things with the carrier, and then I can just move them together. Scoop up the last few resources here, and head onward. So I won't be able to win until I get that Goran down there anyway, so... And we have this, like, it'd be really nice if I could, like, set move here, and then it would just follow that path. But no, we can't do that. We have to move one sector at a time, every turn set it. Now with 2 Drotheks, I can probably stop whatever they could possibly throw at me here. The Confed version of the the advanced medium fighter, the Wraith in this, is pretty nasty though. With its it has leech missiles, which if they hit you, they knock out all of your shields, all 4 facings, and I think stop your guns. Stop your guns from charging for a while. Pretty nasty. The Drothek doesn't have any special missiles. It just has a really good overall setup. Although the Reapers, the Wraith's Reaper cannons are also pretty nasty. It's not as they're widespread though, so it's difficult to hit something not huge with both shots at once. Yeah, this one's getting strip mined, so it's gonna gobble all its resources down pretty fast. Still has 152 though. I could actually send one of these Drothek forward. Ah, click. Yeah, another thing is, like, fighters, you can tell if you ordered them to move because they move to the left side of the planet. The carrier doesn't do that, so if you forget, if you ordered your carrier to move, you have to click on it to see. I feel like I'm griping about a lot of things. This isn't, which I shouldn't be. There's a bunch of cool things. Just the fact that this is a commander strategy game is pretty cool. It has a lot of different ships. I'll be flying at least one more of them in this Armada. Trying to go through as much of the one of the Gauntlet modes as possible. And I'll just fire all my missiles. Fire all the missiles! Because I get them all back anyway. At the end of before the next battle of this thing. Arrow manages this. That arrow almost died from the 2 missiles that hit it, but maybe it's 3. Oh, and Drothek. This is that same Drothek against Phantom and the enemy carrier. So there's the carrier. I'm gonna go nice and slow so they don't get rage at its flat guns. And let the defending Phantom come to me. after this battle's over, assuming that I don't get myself killed by doing something dumb, the carrier's gonna retreat. Or the carrier's not gonna retreat. I'm gonna retreat from the carrier. My ship can't do anything to it. Oh, give me that message in here, I think. You retreated to Rexta 3. Got another Goran. Yeah, he's driving me back, but that's fine. More Goran forward. Load up our transport some more. Probably won't need all these resources, and we're going to go pick up everything that's here and bring it down. Pretty sure I ordered that carrier to move. I'm going to leave him here. He might get pushed off to this system instead of that one, but it shouldn't really make a difference. And if the carrier turns around and goes the other way, I'll be able to see where he went. Or at least that he left. Okay, I retreated here. Okay, I thought it'd probably go the wrong way. I'm going to sit here with my Goran and see which way the carrier goes. If I can trap him or not, I don't know. Buy a mine, buy a shipyard. Could buy a fortress, but there's probably not any reason to buy a fortress with light fighters. I want to wait till I had something heavier. I'm going to try to produce a Corlar here. It's because it takes less resources. I think it still takes 3 turns. I don't remember any of the resource costs, and it doesn't really say what they are anywhere in the game. It's probably in the... That might be in the Voices of Aura PDF that came with this. I don't remember. It has a lot of... It has kind of a back and forth story thing going between the Kilrathi and Confed sides, and information on the fighters and such. Why did I move a Dralthi up here? I don't know. Oh well, it's with that now. I guess I'll just wait a little bit. I don't want the carrier to... I don't want to move this way and get flanked somehow and have the carrier wipe out my new shipyard here. So I'm just going to wait a couple turns and then probably be able to track down and finish off that carrier. Move all. But we should be about done here. Even if the carrier runs away, it doesn't look like they have very much space to run away to. Oh, big fight with... So normally I'd take the Drothek here, but let's take the Goran just to have a look at it. We got laser cannons, flux cannons, electron guns, all. Dumbfire, we got 4 impacts, a pair of Fury Predator bows, and a pair of torpedoes. I don't know why you'd ever need a pair of torpedoes in this, because as soon as you launch a torpedo, it automatically kills the enemy fighter. Also, those blasts on my screen, that was the flak from my carrier. Corlar is done. So I'm just going to send a Corlar and a Drothek there. And let's undock our Goran. Send a Goran and a Drothek down here. We have another Goran coming up anyway. And our Dralthi and our transport will bring them down. Execute. Okay, I'll fly the Corlar, even though that's a real bad idea against an arrow. So he has a very different cockpit setup as well. Yes, there's the 2 flux... Oh, it's the Faint Blasters. That's the really short range one. You can see that it like barely goes out there at all. The Flux Cannon is kind of a medium short weapon. Still hard to hit an arrow with, though. Got 4 dumbfires, a couple of Inrex, and a couple of torpedoes. So you're kind of limited on tracking weapons as well. Your top speed actually isn't all that much lower than an arrow, but your acceleration is a lot worse, so it can still outmaneuver you and stay at distance pretty well. Like, I don't even think I'm getting in range. Let's try a missile. Try another missile. Hopefully it'll also hit it in the front, or this might be a very long battle. Okay, good. And my other ship must have got to the carrier, because I'm getting the carrier dead cutscene. Yeah, because of that, you don't really get to see a lot of torpedo runs. You get your summary screen. If you do the campaign mode, then if you... Basically, it's sort of like a best of 11. Once you get 6 wins, you have after the carrier cutscene, you have a planet exploding cutscene for either Kilra or Terra. Even though in Wing Commander 3 they kind of included this as part of the story, though of course you don't actually destroy Kilra or Terra, but this is supposedly this kind of is the Tarawa end run thing as well. But really, this one isn't very strong in story. So I'll do the Gauntlet Mode next, which does give you 15 semi-traditional missions, just not really as just a lot more basic than typical Wing Commander missions are. First, though, I'm going to quickly read through this thing. So we finished our small launcher. A small launcher which fires stun bombs, very useful for capturing live aliens. So we already finished the stun bombs. I don't know that I have anything interesting new to research, so I'm just going to dump all of this into... You know what? Alien grenades. We need those. Alien grenades are a lot more powerful than ours, and we've collected quite a few. Okay, and back to Wing Commander. Gauntlet Mode. Now, in addition to these like single-player modes, in multiplayer you've got your split screen, which you can do battle, which is versus. You can do Armada Mode, I believe, which is also versus, I guess. Oops, now I might have to restart it. Yeah, I want to quit. One sec, I'll restart it. I was thinking it had a... I guess it doesn't have co-op Armada Mode, but it does have co-op, Gauntlet, which I've played and makes the Gauntlet less hard, because the Gauntlet Mode in this is actually pretty hard. And in the split screen modes, you have no cockpit like Arch. You just have the invisible cockpit, and you have vertically split screen rather than the horizontal that you see in a lot of games now. Or even then, for that matter. One player. Trick was more, even if you have joysticks, even if you have a joystick, still getting all of the keys both players need to work at once. But it's kind of tricky. So since I was just flying some Kilrathi fighters, I will instead fly some Confed fighters. I'm flying off the Lexington. Kilrathi light fighters have penetrated our defenses. Intercept and destroy all enemy resistance. You will be flying an Arrow, a fast recon ship for this mission. It is equipped with only 2 dumbfire missiles, so use them sparingly. Or more likely not at all, because it's really hard to hit anything with dumbfires in this. Like in Privateer, I'm a pretty good shot with torpedoes and dumbfires, and Prophecy as well. Like Prophecy multiplayer, I cleaned up a lot of people with dumbfires off of the Shrike. But, in this, it's hard. Things move faster. Oh, took out his forward shields. There are 2 of them, though. So I probably shouldn't have rammed it. It was also only the first map point. I believe there's no nav map in this Wing Commander either. Yeah, we got some different battle music now. Pew. And it's over. Yeah. Come on. Probably would be better off if I'd hooked up and calibrated my joystick for this, assuming that it worked properly. I don't know that I've really tested joystick support for this in DOSBox. Okay, you're about done. A few more shots to the front, and he's done. We'll autopilot to the next point, where we have 3 Ralphie this time, maybe? Kinda looks that way. Okay, fine, I'll switch targets. Except my guns are getting low. These things are having a hard time hitting me as well, it seems. Yep. He fired a dumbfire, he turned away. Thought maybe he was going to try and ram me, but he didn't. So yeah, no talking, no characters in this one, basically. Like pretty much every other Wing Commander that has a lot of focus on characters and story. This one has absolutely 0 of that. All you get is some very short mission descriptions, and that's about it. Which kind of makes sense if you're, planning on having a very multiplayer focused game, I suppose. There's also sort of a mini expansion to this called Wing Commander Proving Grounds. I think it is included with the version of the Wing Commander CD that I got, and was distributed free in some way. I don't know if that was via magazine or some other method. It has more multiplayer modes for up to 8 players, I think, probably, over local area networks. I believe that had some sort of King of the Hill / Capture the Flaggy type mode. I don't really know, because that is one multiplayer Wing Commander setup that I don't think I've actually done. Because none of that works with split screen. That's entirely network play only. I don't think I got it working with a null mode of cable. I think I might have tried that. I don't know. Maybe I did get it working at one point, but I have no modem serial cable that I used in the distant past when such as things were a thing that you could use. Hey, you got your arrow, you got your different... Oh, I should have looked around in more of the cockpits. Forgot to do that. Oh well. Got our arrow. Yeah, I should have looked around the other ships more. Also, in this game, our shields recharge when we autopilot. That isn't true of all the Wing Commander games. Like in Wing Commander 2, with the broadsword, sometimes, you really want to fly the slow way, because their shields take a couple minutes. Request landing to recharge. But when you have this accuracy percentage, which is just mean. But actually, 40 is not bad for this game. Kilrathi light fighters are launching when... Oh, is this the next mission? This pretty much just looks exactly the same as the first mission, as far as this goes. Next level 2. Oh yeah, they keep track of your time, your score. They give you a command... I think this is a command line password you can pass to it to start from that mission. Armgamiz2. You can just find all those online, I'm pretty sure. Because there's no saving, I think, any kind of save. Maybe in the campaign you can save. The campaign of Armada Mode, I forget. But let's just keep blasting over. With our keyboard controls, because we're silly. If I continue on this next week, I'd probably hook up my joystick, or at least try the joystick and see if I do it better. Do better with it. Typically in Wing Commander games I like to play with joystick, or if not joystick, then mouse. Although I feel like I have pretty good precision with the keyboard in this one with the fighters like the arrow that you really want to be turning at full at the maximum rate that you can yaw or pitch. Just as soon as something leaves your sights. Because you don't have very much time to line up shots on things. Got 4 draw me now. Yeah, I find the arrows and gun placement interesting. In the VDU, it looks like the guns are, on each side of the cockpit, but when you're actually shooting them, they look like they're stacked vertically in some way. After I kill these, I should try to see if I can get the rotation camera so that I can take a look at the front of the ship. My shields are getting down there, but I'd like to finish this one off before I break off to try and... Oop. Yeah, now I'm taking armor damage, though. Just, a bunch of fighters here. Ow. Stop shooting me in the face. I don't think there's systems damage in this one like there is in other Wing Commanders. Like, I don't think your engines get damaged or your shield generator gets damaged or anything like that. Well, his shields have recharged a bit, and so mine is not that much. Okay, there I dinged his armor pretty good. He's in the yellow. Ow, ow. Now mine's probably in the yellow. Oh, my radar is flickering now. Yeah, I really want to finish this guy off, but I'm having trouble, and my ship is also having trouble. I think I do have limited afterburner fuel on this, but so far my fuel gauge looks full, so I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. There's an armor hit. Ow, 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 ow. Front armor down below half now, so can't take much more of that. Unlike the other Wing Commander games that are primarily single player and you have kind of a slightly buffed hero ship that you fly, where you have some extra hit points after your armor is gone, I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have that. And as soon as my armor is completely gone, I explode. Can you guys please hit me on some other shield facing in the front? You're gonna hit me. If you gotta hit me in the side. There, we got him down to orange at least. Ow. Ouchie. Ouchie, 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 ouchie. I want to get into the more medium fighters so that things are a little bit less just jousting with lasers. Well, my shields are just covered in mid. There. Got him. I'm actually not sure if I got the last shot on him. Might have been one of the other arrows. He kind of exploded off screen there. I did hit him right before that. Or not other arrows, the other draw thing. I keep forgetting that now I'm in an arrow after flying some Kilrathi fighters. Come on. There's only 2 left now. Got the one line of shields. Probably going to be like a nav point of 4 of these things coming up here. Either that or a heavier fighter. Pew, 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 pew. Come on, Ralphie. Point yourself at my ship so that I can shoot you in the face. I'm getting some of its armor knocked off, but I'm also pounding away at the starboard shield a lot. Also, a lot of the Wing Commander games don't have 4 shield facing. That's also kind of a new one on this one. The earlier Wing Commander games don't. For some reason now I'm having trouble remembering which if any of the later ones did. Wing Commander Privateer had 4 shield facings. Wing Commander 1, 2, and Prophecy each only had 2. Now I can't remember Wing Commander 3 and Wing Commander 4. They had 2 or 4 shield facings. And then I think pretty much all of them have 4 armor facings. The shields you just had the 2 that covered areas. That's one of the things that makes the lighter fighters a lot more durable than they would otherwise be. Because you have the glancing hits on different areas will hit completely fresh shield facings and you make no progress really unless you focus really on one of the 4 quarters. Oh, that hurt him pretty good. There we go. Oh yeah, I do have a damage report. Front shield. Oh yeah, my shield generator is damaged. Very damaged, actually. Oh, no, this isn't the shield generator. This is just the shield power overall, so I can see a percentage readout of my shield power. Might have had other damage, but I guess it's been fixed. No internal damage, which is good because we got a drop. Really? Wouldn't even like just throw a Shofar at me and throw the nastiest fighter they have against an arrow? That's rude. Now it may have some. Oh, I have no chaff pods in season. I only have dumbfires. I'm kind of hoping that he's gonna. Hi, Sloppy Sunday. Wing Commander's going alright. We missed the turn-based strategy portion of the stream where I played the Armada Mode for a bit and built some mines and shipyards and fighters and took out the enemy carrier. Now we're trying Gauntlet Mode, which is a little bit more traditional Wing Commander mission with not very interesting missions and with no story. Also pretty hard. This game was kind of a test bed for Wing Commander multiplayer and fully 3D textured polygon ships. Instead of the rotated scale sprites generated from pre-rendered 3D ships like they did before. And so you have, you know... Oh yeah, I was going to look at the front of this thing, because the VDU and the actual... Yeah, so like on the model, you can see the 2 laser cannons are under the cockpit, slung there, but in the VDU it looks like they're next to each other, which is kind of interesting. But we also have all the nice hand-drawn cockpits for all the ships. You can fly, you know, a half-dozen Kilrathi ships and a half-dozen Confed ships. And so it has some neat stuff. Communicate Lexington. Alright, Kilrathi medium fighters have just been detected by your long-range sensors. Your mission, engage and destroy. You'll be piloting the new medium-class Phantom fighter. It has better armor and shields and is equipped with 2 IR missiles as well as 2 dumbfire missiles. We have our command line password, which is an actual command line parameter for the game if you want to start where you left off. Cheat to level 3. Yeah, Slothy, this Wing Commander game has split-screen multiplayer and modem and networked multiplayer. Alright, got laser cannons and mass drivers on this thing. So let's, okay, we got a Drothek and a Dralthi. I suppose I'll focus on the Drothek first. It's a more dangerous one. Not sure the range on the master drivers in this one. They're not too bad. I'll go ahead and engage with full guns. The Jurassic is a superior fighter to the Phantom, for sure. Oh, my gun recharge is real nice. The Shoklar is the closer equivalent to the Phantom in this game, it's interesting that they call this the Phantom. I wonder if they had intended to give this one a cloaking device, the Phantom, because it's called the Phantom. It would be the same weight class as the Shoklar, which is the Kilrathi stealth fighter in this game. And decided, because fictionally Confed does not have, until Wing Commander 4, after the Kilrathi War, does not have any cloaking technology whatsoever, to not do that. Okay, I've about lost my forward shields here, so it'd be real great if I could finish this drop back off. Oop, I cut in a little too tight and got pounded. Don't know how many nav points are in this mission either, so that might be... I don't want to take a ton of damage here, like I just did. But yeah, the Jurassic has a better guns than I do. Oh, boom! Kaboom! I blew up! You died while trying to clear level 3. My final score is 350, my accuracy was 26. And then you don't really get an option to continue, I don't think. You just have to start over or use that command line password. Although they do nicely enter your, enter that. So let's, fiddle with our auto start script here, which I don't apparently still have open. Nope, that's Armada from my other, actually 2 Armada installs now, because I have one from my old CD, and now I have the GOG one. I wanted to try the GOG one. I got all the Wing Commander games as part of a package before anyway, so I thought I'd just try the GOG one to see if it also had the sound problem that I was having. Alright, so we're going to go into... I don't have a handy capture here. This is only going to take a second anyway. I'm actually going to increase the main sound volume slightly, and let's try... See, I think it's CHT to level to LVL2. I don't know if it's case sensitive or to level 3. Yeah, let's try that. Ooh, it's warm. See if this works. No, that didn't work, so it must be something else. Maybe there's an exclamation point in there that I missed. I think that's what it was. I think it's an exclamation point. Try that one more time. While it's starting up, I'm just going to pop over to XCOM here. And because we finished our plasma beams. So let's also make some personal armor to replace the armor that was worn by those 2 rookies that died recently. For the next 2 rookies. Make power suits, but I'm low on various supplies, so I don't want to. Take my hat off? Okay. I won't argue with that. I'm pretty hot. Nearing the end of the stream anyway, but sure. We'll take that off. Gauntlet Mode. Aha! Password accepted. Take an arrow and autopilot to your carrier to dock. That's interesting. So it that how this works? I'm like, okay, I'll hydrate some more. So I just autopilot and it takes me to the carrier and then starts the next mission. That seems like kind of a weird way to do it, but... Oh, well, look at that, 100% accuracy and super fast time. Level 2. That's interesting how that works. Okay. Let's try the next one again with our Phantom. So I was avoiding using my missiles on the Drothek before, but maybe that's the wrong... Okay, that's weird, I paused somehow. But maybe that's the wrong strategy to utilize here. I really don't want to engage it at long range, because its photon cannons out damage and outrange, and are also faster and more precise than my gun. So I really want to get into medium or close range. That's the worst. Like, look at all that. I hit it with it. Its shields are still in the like 70% range. Okay, now we're making some damage. Getting our shots in the front, like I want. I hit an armor. I saw some armor fly off. You can see the chunks of armor fly off. And sometimes randomly the armor will explode too, which is kind of fun. But the explosions look very similar to the ship explosions, so that can throw me off. So yeah, that time that went much better. Just pulverized the Drothek that time. My shields are still full. No internal damage. Woo! Try to do this from the chase camera, where I have no HUD and no designator. But that's fine. That was cool. You can see the afterburner, your exhaust flames change color when you afterburn. I think if you come to a stop though, it stays on. Do I have a go full speed button? Some of the Wing Commander games like backslash, but it doesn't look like I do on this one. I do have a dead stop button though. Backspace is the standard key for that, and that one works. Alright. Let's go. What do we got here? Drothek? Drotheks. We got 2 Drotheks. Okay, let's I'm gonna try to hit this thing a few times and then fire a missile and hopefully that does something. If not, then I might fire another missile. Or even if it does, that only did like half of its starboard shield, so that was not a whole lot. I like the little below the lock light, the little EKG looking display it has there. I don't know, I don't think it actually means anything, because it's pretty much just tracing the same pattern over and over. But okay, let's try to missile it in the face. Actually, I have no idea where that missile hit it. Maybe it shot it down. Okay, switch to dumbfires. But based on their flight pattern, I don't really think I have much of any chance of hitting it with a dumbfire at any point. Come on, get the front. I'm not getting the front. I'm getting the sides. That's a pretty, the shield match is pretty nice looking, in my opinion. I like seeing my guns impact the shield. It'd be nice if I could impact the armor a bit more. And now I really can't afford to do a head-on joust with it because my front armor is getting pretty low. Also losing my port side shield, but my armor on that side is still okay. So that's less of a concern. Ah! Took another chunk out of my front. Oop, and I blew up. I was just turning off. Need to be a tiny bit faster with that. So yeah, this gets quite difficult pretty quickly. Probably should have just tried my other missile after the first one got blasted. But we've only got 10 minutes of stream left, so let's give it another try. I wonder if it'll still use my password. No. Gotta restart each time, apparently. That's sort of a weird concept. You have to restart the game to continue. Because if you don't restart it, then you start over. Gauntlet. Human Confederation. I'm not sure if the passwords for each side might be the same, so I might be able to start with Kilrathi missions. If I die here again and there's still time left, I think I'll do that. Just to see if we get a Shoklar, to fly that a bit, use the cloaking device, and take a look at it. Hey, I beat my previous time. Okay. Full speed, full guns, and lock target. Thought he's gonna turn further over into it. So most of my shots there missed. And I'm spraying a lot of shots that are missing and a lot of shots that are not hitting in a useful shield facing. He locked a missile on me for a second and then stopped. Okay, I need to get in a little closer somehow. There, this should be a little better. Like I hammered on him pretty good there. And he's only hitting me a couple of times, but I'm not really getting any advantage here. Oh, and he's launching a missile at me. I'm not sure if it hit me, that's what took out my... Oh, now I got hit. I couldn't see it on my radar. I had the chaff pod ready to drop, but... hit my port side shield entrance, so this is a very big disaster. So I think it does inhibit the recharge of your other shields. The more shields you have to recharge, the slower they recharge. I think. I'm not positive about that. That's definitely true in Privateer. But I don't know that that's true in all the Wing Commanders, or if it's true in this one. Come on, chaff pod. There, I think my chaff pod caught the missile. That must have been about perfect timing too, because it only I heard the explosion from less than a second after I dropped it. Another one? Oh, I don't have a lock. That must have been a dumbfire. I think. Or a chaff pod. What? I don't know. Okay, now I have another lock. I'm just gonna afterburn and try to not get hit by that. Or at least get hit in the rear or some other shield facing that I'm not particularly... Okay, the lock's gone. Should be out of seeking missiles now. My shields are in better shape. And his shields, interestingly, are not in that much better shape. That was a very quiet taunt. I don't know if you could even hear it. Because it don't make it too easy for me, Pete. Okay, let's try to finish this guy off. Oh, or let him finish me off. Now I'm in real sorry shape. Really not happy I did that. My eject system's damaged, my gun's damaged. You will not survive this fight, human. Well, probably not, actually. It's probably true. I'm probably going down here. You only need to hit me like twice. I need to hit you like 30 times. Oh, and of course there's two fighters here, and then there's the next nav point is like 2 drop X, so... Probably should just let them kill me. And try again if I was really making a serious attempt to get him through this. Okay, he's in... I've almost got him. I can just hit him a little bit harder before he hits me a little bit harder. Also, my shields are in not too bad a shape, so the Geralfi should have pretty hard time getting through to me. Yellow. Orange. Still orange. With yellow on another side. There we go. Toast. Now we got the hard part, though. Or at least I hope this is the hard part. If this isn't the hard part, then the next part's gonna be ridiculous. Unless we got nicked by something that wasn't the photon cannon this time, because it didn't take that much damage from it. I want to try and swing at this guy at an angle so that I can get a better missile rack. There, that's not bad, but I think he's going to have time to drop a chatbot if he wants to. Also, he's just dodging my missile, which is pretty irritating. I hit him, but not in the place that I wanted it to. His forward and starboard ship are looking pretty sad, so hopefully I can get onto him before his wingman blows me away. That's the other thing, like the Gauntlet Mode for this, you have no wingman, unless you're playing 2-player. Which is, you know, not normal for a wingman game, except for Privateer. Where you rarely have any health, but... You know, you're usually outnumbered in wing commander games, but you're not usually alone. That other one's kind of in front of me, so I don't really want to do that matchup. Orange armor on this guy. I'm going to take another little chunk out of him, but that might have just been off to the starboard side. I see more armor explosions. Come on, come on, come on! Got it! Okay, one left. Hopefully. If there's another nav point with like 3 of these things, then I'm gonna be sad. Ow! Ow! Actually, see, I'm not... Seems like they're not using their photon cannons as much. These look like they're just firing flux guns, which are not as dangerous. Oh no, there's photons mixed in there. I need to get in a little closer. Not hit too hard there. Running away, but apparently not turning away well enough to slough those off onto my side shields. Ah, he's staying kind of far away from me. There was a few hits. There's probably some way I could have got a dumbfire deflection shot off him when he passed right in front of me. But I couldn't tell that was what he was doing, and it would have been a really deep window to squeeze that one in. This is a much nicer bunch of ranges he's given me now for this matchup in particular. Don't get too far out there. Ow! Ooh, I should have died there and I didn't. Still might though, if I don't get in kind of close to him so that he can't shoot at me really. Okay. I need a little more shields to do anything even remotely aggressive here. I think that mostly hit his side. Oh, my shield just barely stopped that. Okay, now we're in a little tight. Oh, that was the last of my armor. Come on, get in. Getting close to him. Getting close. Slide around. Nope, got blown up. Well, that'll do it for today's stream. Just gonna pop into XCOM briefly, and so yeah, Wing Commander Armada hard. Yes, I really want to eat. But let's pop and over to XCOM and take a quick look at what we're going on. Just getting our smoke grenades, I guess, that we ordered. Now we have some extras. Just a couple more days until our little radar at our second base finishes, so that'll be... hopefully we'll be able to spot a couple UFOs that we can maybe shoot down by the end of the month to bring our score up just a little more, a little closer up to 0. Save here. Shut that down. So yeah, that's all for today. Depending, so if it's not hot next week, I might play more Wing Commander Armada. Maybe I might give one good solid stream's worth of attempts at Gauntlet. One or the other of the gauntlets. If it is this hot, I probably won't want to do that, and I'll go do something downstairs, which will, depending on timing of various things, might be either Commodore 64 stuff or possibly Raspberry Pi Pico stuff, or most likely Super Nintendo game, which could be Wing Commander, actually, because I do have the Super Nintendo version of Wing Commander 1. And the first, and the Super Nintendo version of the first expansion for Wing Commander 1. And I have, or I might do something like Over Battle, which would be a longer ongoing thing. But yeah, that's, something like that is probably going to happen. So yeah, maybe I'll do something weird like Star Voyager on NES. So yeah, good night, Rayburst. Good night, Sealone01. Good night, everyone else who might still be around. Swathy Sunday, Goober. Thanks for coming and watching, and good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night.